Whenever I mention Rock the Street Wall Street, our monthly meetings, the enthusiasm with women for this initiative is greater than anything we have elsewhere. And we do have an issue within the CFA Society where folks are members of the society for a few years and they drop off because they don't have the enthusiasm or they're not getting the utility that they want. Now that we have Rock the Street Wall Street as a top initiative for us, we're seeing that a lot of women are trying to get more involved. And I think that by them getting involved, it's more likely that they'll remain within the CFA Society for years to come.
I heard about Rock the Street Wall Street from a colleague of mine in the CFA Society of New York, and as soon as I learned what the mission was, what the program entailed, I was hand up, ready to volunteer, be a part of the group, and see what we could do to bring more women in the CFA Society to be a part of Rock the Street Wall Street.
I do think it's aligned with the CFA Institute's mandate to encourage more women to pursue the charter, because if we're not getting women to start in financial services, then they never become interested in the CFA charter.
During the monthly meeting, we always discuss Rock the Street Wall Street as our top initiative. And after every meeting, I always have 5 or 6 women that are looking to volunteer come up to me and say, how could I get involved? I think they do see a lot of issues with the gender diversity gap, and now that they have this outlet to help out, they always jump on it.
I've always worked in roles where I've had mostly male bosses or mostly male teammates, and while I've always had a positive experience, I know that there are more women that we could bring into finance roles, especially those on more the investment side. There's more that we can do to bring women into those types of roles and into leadership roles. So what's been really great about being part of Rock the Street Wall Street is getting to speak with young women who are still figuring out what type of career path they want to pursue, and there is so much impact that can be made just by being there and exposing them, by having mentors who are working in finance now, bringing them into a financial firm for their field trip, giving them that experience early on versus waiting until it's too late.
So the biggest takeaway is how impressed I am with the questions that a lot of the young women are asking to the mentors or the panelists. It blows me away. When I was in high school, I didn't know almost anything about finance, and they're asking about currency conversions, euros, and just thinking in a different way. And I think that's going to be great in the future now that they have the confidence and the knowledge now that they'll be more likely to get involved later on.
So I think the students that go through Rock the Street Wall Street are learning about careers at a time when they're making those decisions on what college to attend and what degree to earn. Financial topics are not required in high school, and so I think it's very important. I personally did not know much about banking and finance when I was in high school. It wasn't until well into college that I decided on a finance degree. And starting early is important because we do know that student loan decisions are made and credit cards are often opened in high school, and so that's the time to start.
It is so important that high school girls are learning budgeting, saving, and investing, because the earlier they're equipped with this information, the better they can do once they are in college and have graduated college and are on their own. The gender investing gap is a huge problem nowadays, so the earlier that we can equip them with that knowledge and that they can grasp the concepts of the difference between saving and investing, how they can manage their money versus males, that's super important.
If a society is interested, or a member of a society is interested in sponsoring a Rock the Street Wall Street classroom, you should first go to your board members and propose it as an idea, because once your board needs to approve the funding that is required to sponsor a classroom, once that's done, then you're just going to need volunteers, women in your society, who can help run the classroom. The program is turnkey. The staff at Rock the Street Wall Street provide you with all of the resources that you could possibly need to put this program on. The curriculum is very well thought out. And there are multiple types of curriculum so that you can continue in the same school for multiple years. And so as a volunteer, that component has made it very easy for us to quickly step into a classroom and provide this education.
Rock the Street Wall Street definitely aligns with what I feel passionately about, being a woman in finance. I see the gap as far as women being represented at the senior ranks and even at more junior ranks. So it's important that we are working with girls as young as high school to bring them in so that we do have more of a balance going forward. And certainly as I look to continue my career and become a leader, I would love to see more women involved at the top.
We have had a wonderful time sponsoring a classroom this year of Rock the Street, Wall Street with CFA Society of Louisiana. I envision that the board will want to continue in future years with other classrooms, and we're also reaching out to other members in our community to see if they might also be interested in sponsoring a classroom in New Orleans.
Right now we have one school that we are working together on, but I hope that we can kind of make that into a 3, 4, 5 school program where we can get a lot more women together, and hopefully they can go to college, be interested in finance, and then eventually want to get involved with the CFA Society, take the exams, and become leaders within the finance community.
You